All right, so this tech mini lesson number 3 follows the previous one, where the students had to brainstorm business ideas, and they were able to look at needs in local French-speaking communities. In this one, it is again for an intermediate low level for university students, and the classes are around 60 minutes. So the idea is this time they have to develop a brand identity. My question is, what makes a small business brand culturally appropriate and compelling? In this lesson, the learners will be able to understand the purpose and tone of sample ads and logos from Francophone business, design a culturally appropriate logo and slogan in French, and present their brand to each other. So I will use interpretive and presentational modes of communication for this lesson. And then they will be able to compare the slogans and logos from their culture, compare them to other Francophone cultures. So to get started, I will show them several brand slogans and logos. So here's a few ones I thought about. So there's Lebanese cosmetics, Swiss watches, Belgian chocolate, which all of these are very typical from each of those countries. And then the professors will ask some questions to see how is the wording different, how is the design different, is it more elegant compared to their own culture, is it maybe more maybe funnier, maybe there's more slang in certain cultures than in others. And then the learners, so they'll work in pairs to answer those questions verbally. And like I said, they will identify the tone of each brand. Why it's important? Because everything is authentic and it allows for that cultural comparison. So the next one is present a list of brand traits. So for example, I think that's something that I can bring into with my web background, where I can show them, oh, this is a certain type of design, this is a certain way of speaking, maybe even typography and color schemes, and how do they differ from each other. And then I will have them pick a different Francophone region, can be anything, and they will have to write a sentence or two as a slogan for the one they found. So here, I made a Padlet here, so they can see an example of a couple that I found online, which I think are very interesting. On the left-hand side, Tanguy, which is water brand from Cameroon. I think it's really interesting because uh, it the slogan has to do with life, and there's clearly family values involved in this, which could be discussed in class and how it's different from places to places. And then how the Belgian chocolate is has more funny wording, a different way of speaking, how there's emphasis on the colors, etc., maybe more minimalistic. So I think that's interesting too. And I'll give them some sentences for them to scaffold to have them have an easier time creating their slogan for brands that already exist. So they will have to make a new slogan for those brands that already exist. So here, that's what I said. So I'm modeling first. And then the next one is they will actually build upon what they did in the previous class, which is finding an actual business that they could truly develop. So in Canva, that's what I will show them, and the link is below. There is something that's really neat. So you can click on template, and then you already have the option of business card, and it gives you a bunch of different business card, and you can pick the style. For example, I want professional business card, and then you have a bunch of them, which is really neat. Or another option is Canva AI. So I can do create a business card for a waffle food truck, and then design for me, and then Canva can do it. So I'll show it to them, and they're going to be able to create their own and edit it if they want to. And that will be based. They will need a brand name, a logo that they can design or choose from anywhere they want, really, a slogan, and then they can add some additional design or label if they want to put an address or whatever. So that's what I will tell them to do, and they will do just that, and they can share it in a different Padlet for everyone to see their actual brand. And then why we're doing this, I think that's the most communicative part where they will have to actually discuss with their partner on the brand they want to create, the wording. I think that will be very, very interesting for them. And to close, I'll just pick from the Padlet the 2 or 3 business cards that they made and see is which ones could be the more interesting to talk about, and ask a few questions like which one is the most culturally adapted to that country or region, or do you think a product like that would work over there and not here, or the other way around? Why not? So I think that kind of conversation can be very interesting too. And again, that's coming back to the comparison part of the lesson. And then I think that we could do a little fun moment where they could vote using the Padlet reactions, for example, if we do in Padlet, and and see which one they preferred, which one had uh, the best business card or the best business idea in the end, and maybe I could bring a candy or something for the winner or something simple. I think that'd be fun. And then to further along and to prepare them for the next lesson, they could review their brand card and write a couple of sentences that are relevant. So for them to go deeper into their actual business idea. So, for example, write a sentence about their target audience, what makes their brand culturally appropriate, how their slogan matches their brand and then identity, and obviously all this would be done in the L2. So this time I decided to only use Padlet and Canva. I say only, but I think that's plenty. That's enough. I don't think there's a need to use too many technologies. Just what those that are relevant for this lesson. I think those 2 were. I think so why use those technologies? I think Padlet is really, really nice for them, especially in this environment of business where they can see each other's ideas, brainstorm, see the good ideas of each other, what they wrote, how such and such had a great focus on being culturally appropriate. I think they can get a lot of from seeing each other's end product, or when I say end product, I'm talking about the business card in this instance. And then Canva just supports that and helps them be creative and actually apply that. So I think this lesson really brings the product into the culture, eventually into the communities. I think they really have to get involved in the culture in order for this exercise to work and for them to be successful and feel successful and productive. I think it should be pretty natural the way that all of this happens. And then I think that prepares them pretty well for the next lessons, which I plan to do on them making a video pitch for their product.